All right, everybody. So I'm on my way headed to the land because so I was in the Facebook group, and I'm pretty active in the Facebook group pertaining to the off-grid folks and things like that in the area, just to make sure I'm up to date with what's going on, and again, casing out the joint, as they say, and just trying to get to know the neighbors and those around, try to get a feel of the culture, things of that nature. And so it was two warnings that I kind of saw, two things that have you like, right? And one of those was about some new thieves that's been in our neck of the woods, and they have been basically trying to target new people. And for them to do that means that what? They steal from this place more often than none. So typically we very active over on the land. I usually go there about 3 or 4 times out the week, and especially during the evening, and I'm chilling or doing some dragging and things like that. But for a while I haven't been consistently going over there, right? So I don't want it to look like there's no presence there. So I'm headed to the property because I want to check on some things. I know a few things we they just want to check on things that we got over there. Make sure it's all good. Make sure nobody's snooping around, messing with anything. Of course, we take our tools and things with us in the back of the truck. We don't leave that kind of stuff, but I want to go check on the land anyway. See if anything was meddled with. See if any of those cows leaned against any of our fence posts and could have possibly, warped them or anything like that. But just basically just to do a check, and also to say, we be here, right? We here. So that's what I'm on my way to do. So stay tuned, and I'll give you an update as soon as we get to the land. So right now we is on our way. All right, y'all, I made it out here. Dang, look at that sunset. Hey, should have brought my camera. I mean, I don't know if this gonna do it justice because of how wide it is, but this is beautiful. Look at that. Y'all can't tell me that ain't gorgeous. But all right, here we go. Everything looks like it's in its proper place. Nothing looks messed with or tampered with. Here, I'm gonna show you. So posts are doing well. Looks like everything is all good. Y'all, I can't wait to get it together so we can live out here and see that. You know what I'm saying? Every day. Wake up and you know what I'm saying? Go to bed to see that. Wake up in the morning to see that. I mean, if these is good, the post down there should be fine. Walking in this sand ain't no joke, but I need to do it. Gotta keep doing this. Get my wind up, my cardio up. Haven't stepped on the scale yet, but I feel like I've been doing pretty good eating 1 time a day. I've been using this app to track the calories, because I did keto before I lost it, but then it came back. It came back as soon as I ended up getting like this cyst that grew right up under here, and it was like also under a tooth, and it was like this abscess, and it was eating at my jawbone. So they had to go in through the mouth, do the surgery to cut it out, clean it out, and then fill it with like jaw filler. It was rough. And I was on this medicine that I feel like it made me gain all that weight back in weeks, and I stopped taking it after that. So that's what I'm fighting back from. But let's have a look at these poles. Here we go. All right, doing a check right now. Everything seemed like it's pretty good. Yeah, these are solid. These are solid. Little Southwest Homestead. He gonna be happy that we still good. We solid. See here. Yeah. We solid, team. We solid. Yeah. Alright. We good to go. Yeah. So we good to go. But to be safe, I think what I'm gonna do is I got 2 solar panels and they in the shed. I think I'm gonna go ahead and grab those, put them in the back of the truck, take them to the RV. You know what I mean? I'm gonna hurry up. I'm gonna go ahead and load up these solar panels. Make sure there's nothing else in there that's like super duper, no, don't touch my shit. And get back to you on the exit. Beautiful. My little mini blade. All right. Think that's it. Damn, it's gorgeous out here. Hey. Can't get tired of it. Look, my nose starting to run. It's getting chilly now. Temperature's dropping like crazy with the sun going down. But as usual, look at the view. Right? And then check out the sunset and but hey, let's get back in the truck. Let's head out. Things are all good this way. Alright, y'all, we are out of here on our way back. Oh shoot, screaming at me about my seatbelt. It's the best to put that on, isn't it? Doggone, it's beautiful out here. So everything is all good. Nothing was really messed with or tampered with. But we're gonna take the precautions anyway, because anybody got money like that for shears to be coming up missing. So best to take precautions. But one of the things I wanted to talk about too while we're on our way back to the RV is so we've only been here in New Mexico for maybe going on 6 months. So that means that we haven't experienced yet, the spring or the summers or anything thereof. All we ever dealt with was the winters. So of course we've been getting warnings about tarantulas, scorpions, snakes, and different things of that. Like, I'm not too worried about any of that. But my wife is terrified of snakes. So, me, honey, you sure you ready for this off-grid? She claims she's ready, y'all, so we're gonna see. So some of the things that made us do this, I know we posted previous videos about why we're doing it, but you know what, at the end of the day, the real point of doing this is to try to reduce our expenses as much as possible. So when things go nuts, because they will, when all of these different laws and changes happen, because it's already happening. I got a buddy who, he's a great programmer, couple of buddies who great programmers, and they can't find jobs. Well, one of them got a notice of being let go because of, you know, some political changes. I don't really get into politics, and I don't plan too much on this channel, but I will just say, you just never know, right? Now, and I know, of course, we can't prepare for everything, and we can't prepare for every outcome, but it's better to be prepared for a few than not be prepared for any at all, right? So the whole purpose is to reduce our outcome so that our income is more than enough and we can have some things put away. And if anything ever got wonky, or say, you know, my gig decided, you know, after this union contract is up, they want to go back to being in the office, right? Which is, I'm not moving to no Wisconsin. Or something happened and God forbid I get let go, you know. I want to put us in a position where we find, like, already we have a roof over our head, right? The RV. We know that they're not meant for permanent dwelling, but guess what, folks? It's making it work. It's making it happen. And the way these houses built nowadays, might as well be in an RV. But, and our kids nowadays, the only thing they good at is you know what I'm saying, 2.5-year-olds knowing how to operate a technological device better than some adults, but still don't know their ABCs, right? Kid can't read and write, but some kind of way they can find their channel they want to watch on YouTube. Y'all don't find that suspicious? It's crazy. So the whole point of it all is we want to get back to, you know, my kids knowing about gardening, knowing how to garden, understanding how that works. Let me get some light in here. I'm sorry. But knowing how that works, understanding how gardening works, knowing how to garden, understanding herbs and food pairings, right? That's one thing they never taught. They always say eat this, eat that, the food pyramid, but they never considered that certain foods paired together can cause problems up inside you. You know what I'm saying? We're learning these skills now. Heck, our kids are learning as we're learning. But our kids got to be taught this stuff. They got to know this stuff. It's a scary future ahead of us, man. Very scary future. Let's just be honest. A lot of us wasn't prepared for our future, right? Because the things that we're taught was shit that we never ever gonna use. I mean, some people might find a job where you know what I'm saying, dropping a pencil from 78 feet in the air and calculating that gravity pulls at 9.8 meters a second squared. That's your job? That's your job. But I don't see nobody going outside just throwing shit around trying to calculate that stuff. You know, hey, it's me. It's my thoughts. But man, I'm telling y'all, I just really wanted to put my family in a good position. And then on top of that, I wanted to inspire others. There's a lot of people who have a desire to do a thing, but they're afraid, right? They're scared. And I learned that as long as that you have a circle around you that's always a higher level than you, it forces you to grow and be at a higher level. Case in point, when I first bought a home, right? That's not something that my old circle would be cool with. They was excited about an apartment, right? And a car. But then when I started getting around men who were married and their whole goals was far beyond impressing strangers and different things of that nature, it changed the way that I thought. And next thing you know, on my little bitty old job, all that stuff that I complained about not having the discipline to do, I developed it. I learned how to save money, work the extra overtime, because I had a goal that I believed in and that I really wanted to do. And I purchased my first home. Now, yes, to some that's an achievement. But over time, after learning a little bit more, it began to feel more like a curse. Why? Because not only is you paying this, you know, mortgage, and that's why I don't even want to call it bought a home, right? I chose a house and rented from the bank. And the maintenance and all the stuff that's happening and things that you had to maintain, and most people when they buy a house, they think, oh yeah, I can afford the mortgage, but you don't consider the utilities, you don't consider the different tools and things you will have to buy to maintain, because you're starting to learn as you go, as things break, right? You know, I had a father figure in my life for a little small, you know, a little chunk, but things changed. And you know, when I started getting to the nitty gritty of manhood, right, which is being a father, marriage, and different things of that nature, we wasn't really on the greatest of terms, right? So, you know, thank God I had, people from my school and things like that, older men in their 50s, and even Leatherman 47, whom you see it quite often on my channel. These are the ones who are beginning to teach me and show me and get me sharp on skills, right? The Lord always seems to find a way to replace that figure that's missing, right? He always finds a way to fill that void and fill that hole, to fill that space, right? And every chapter, because this is a whole new chapter. The other chapter was, ooh, I bought a home. The next chapter, I got married. Now here's a chapter. I sold my home, bought an RV and a truck, both paid for, all praises, and bought an acre of land. Now, yes, there were more naysayers than anybody could say, because everybody is afraid. Oh, what about this? What are you going to do about that? Oh, man, you're going to need this. You're going to need that. And let me tell y'all something. One thing I learned, every family different. And because of that, there are different requirements for each family, because every family has a different definition of success, a definition of achievements, right? And like I said before, for some, it's the car, the rims, bringing home another girl every night, whoredom, call it what it is, man or woman, it's whoredom. But for me, that wasn't the case. For me, it was, I wanted to be married, I wanted to have children, right? Because I operate better having a single line of focus. Like, I don't understand. And my whole goal is to be able to homestead, right? To be able to learn to live without those amenities, those things that we have gotten spoiled with, those things that we've forgotten is a privilege. It's a privilege. Anything that can be taken away is considered a privilege. Let me put that out there. So, and within the short 6 months of selling the house, getting rid of the older cars, buying a truck, buying an RV, even after seeing all the scary, creepy, and no, don't do it reviews, and the whole thing's gonna fall apart and explode, I have to admit, this has been going great. Yes, there have been challenges, but them challenges, I'm kind of glad for them, because they taught me skills that I didn't have, right? That's my rant. That's my little yap for the day. So, as you know, we sold our house. We didn't have a choice, to be honest. We bought an RV. We bought a truck, zero experience in any of it, and we just went for it. We just went for it. That's it. Just continue to make my way back to this RV. Thank you all for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Also, I got a TikTok where I post, shorts and things like that too. I try to put a little bit of content about full-time RV living, because we're doing both, right? Especially with kids. A lot of people are starting off that way. Yeah, you getting the land, but you got to live in something. So, like I said, remember to share and comment down below. What are your thoughts? How was it when you first started doing this? For those of you who live, who are homesteading right now, what are some of the things that that basically told you it's time to get back to grassroots kind of living? It's time to get back to building with your own hands and creating a environment or atmosphere that will be perfect for you. When did that happen? What does that look like when that finally hit your mind? I say see you next time. Keep a lookout for the next video. Coming soon for the next video. Hey, let me know what y'all think of this new camera too. I'm loving it right now.